Alright, so it's time for an eBay unboxing. And if you follow my channel, you'll know why I'm in a sort of, I don't know, my mood is really like low today. And this could actually either make or break me and send me either postal or doing the happy dance. So I just did a video about how I had been so excited about an item I had just won on eBay a few days ago. I was so excited. It was silver. It was a silver Victorian perfume bottle. And I went in at the last few seconds and sniped it and won. Got it for an amazing bargain, paid for it, and then went to check the tracking a few days later and realized the seller refunded my money. Apparently, they didn't like the price that it sold for, so I had a whole rigmarole of my video of me speaking to eBay reps, reporting the seller. I had to give a negative feedback, which I never like to do. I've only done it a few times in all my 20 years on eBay. Now, this item could sort of make things better, if you know what I mean, because it's similar, although not the same, as the item that was basically taken away from me after I paid for it. Now, what pisses me off is that sellers can get away with this stuff. Basically, the rep on eBay told me the most I can do is just give a negative feedback, which I did, but the seller can still get away with things like that. And I don't think that's right. If you're starting at an auction at a certain price, if you're not happy with that low starting price and that's all you get, or you get below what price you want to make for an item, you shouldn't be selling it at that low starting bid without a reserve. That's my feeling. And so I got fucked. Excuse my language. I got fucked over. This could make me happy. I saw it. I did not really know very much about it. The pictures were terrible. I'll even show you the listing in a moment. And okay, so the seller said that this was mid-century modern, and that's something I definitely do not collect. All they wrote was like mid-century modern silver purse, and I hope it's not mid-century modern. I'm actually banking on this possibly being Victorian. Hold on, the sun is really, yeah, this is a bad spot. I'll be back. Oh, wow, okay. All right, so let's look at the clues we have here. Now, I was hoping that this was a Victorian silver purse. And so far, I think that's what we have here. Let's look at both sides. Holy cow, look at this. It's like a clamshell. And we have this really neat little button that makes it open and close. Now we have this little chain. These were known as chatelaine chains. Now, I'm still not convinced 100% that this is Victorian. Might still be mid-century modern. But let's go to the cutaway and check out the actual listing. The seller's opening bid was $74. No, it did not sell for that. You see a line going through it. They had an opening bid of $74, 7 days to go on the auction, and they had a make an offer button, and I offered $40, not knowing if this is mid-century modern or not. Mid-century seashell silver coin purse, mid-century modern silver purse. And as you can see their pictures, it looks like there was smoke in the background, so you really can't see basically really what this is. I mean, let's check out the pictures. Oh, that's not available. The inside, I mean, you really can't get a gist of what this is. And yeah, that picture is missing. Don't know why, but there's our pictures, our description. What's it say? It says mid-century seashell silver coin purse, mid-century modern silver purse. Okay, they mentioned the word silver in the description. Now, it does not denote that this item is actually silver. We're going to do a test. And actually, first we're going to look to see if there's markings. We're going to actually inspect to see if this purse really is old or if it's from the 50s. And so when they write silver in a description, it could be just silver in color. So I'm hoping that this is silver. If this is real silver, I will be very, very satisfied. And it'll make up for that bullshit thing that happened to me the other day. All right, so okay. Oh yeah, this is Victorian, all right. Do you see this accordion? Now, most Victorian coin purses, especially from Europe, like European ones, would have this accordion style opening. Now, if you see like these little sections, a lot of times they would put little calling cards in there. So this wasn't just a change purse. Also, sometimes They use these to hold rosaries in as well. Let's get a close look at this. Now this might be made out of something called shagreen, which is shark skin or leather. Let's try to actually take a look at this. Or it could be velvet. Actually, it looks like velvet. Very nice. Now I'm going to look it over for marks and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm looking in every nook and cranny for a mark that might say sterling or a number or some kind of symbol, maybe it being coin silver even. We're going to do a little test. I don't know, do you see any marks? Let me just check. Sometimes it's even on the little thumb latch and or on the inside of the frame. Very, very, very hard to find. I do not see anything. All right, I'm going to do a quick silver test with you guys, and hopefully it will be silver. If it is, I'll be doing the happy dance. If it isn't, I still think this is beautiful, and I'm also going to shine it up, and we're going to find out more about this purse, how old it could be, maybe what its value is, and if I did well on it for 40 bucks. Now, first off, I'm not an expert jewelry tester. I'm just a regular schmo, and usually like you use silver acid to test with the stone, but it's very hard to tell because it's like if it's like red or brown or a certain shade of reddish or brown, it can tell you like if it's silver. But I do something called the 18 karat gold test, and if it comes out like a milky bluish white, almost like an opal, it's real silver. All right, so I'm just gonna, you gotta wear gloves for this. You can burn yourself really badly. And so what I am going to do is scratch some of the metal across this stone. And let me just close it. And now I can't get it to, oh, because the chain's stuck in it. Uh-oh. Oh, the chain was stuck in it on the other side. Okay. All right, so I'm going to give it a little scratch test. All right, I'm going to find a spot that I really don't want to rub the metal bare. I'm going to give it a deep, deep, deep scratch. And, okay, that should be enough. Okay, so it should turn like a milky bluish color. And if it disappears right away, it is definitely not silver. Okay, we got that milky bluish color. It is not disappearing. Hold on, I'm going to take the phone and get closer in there. Do you see that milky bluish color? If this was not silver, it would have totally disappeared. So this is telling me that this is silver. Let's zoom back out just slightly so I could possibly show you better. All right, so you see that milky bluish color? Okay, this is silver. Don't know how pure of a silver this is, but yes, this is definitely silver. There's our milky opal color. Oh my God, this is fantastic. All right, now it's time to clean this. So remember it as is, sort of really dirty and gnarly. And I'm going to get a little Simicrone and try to shine it up even more. Okay, I took it outside just before the sun went down. Boy, was it windy out. And yeah, I'm really, really, really happy. Finally, a good ending to a really bad day. So this is actually Victorian. It was probably made between the 1850s to about the 1870s. We got this beautiful chatelaine chain. This would hang from a lady's waistband and be used to hold like little notions, like calling cards, little sewing pieces, maybe buttons, all sorts of little teeny tiny little necessities of everyday life. And look how clean it got. It shined up like a new penny. This was a really amazing buy for only 40 bucks. Really, you don't find this type of deal every single day where the seller thinks that something is actually mid-century modern and it turns out to be from the Victorian era. This was really, really an amazing, amazing buy. So let's find out more information and try to see these type of purses. Now also, what I believe it could be is a Palais Royal. And you're like, what's that? It's a palace in France. People used to take the grand tour of Europe and actually go on these like sightseeing expeditions. And they would bring back pieces of like their memories of the place that they went to. The main attraction was France, and I don't know if this is French or not. It's most likely French, but if not, it's European. And there are no markings anywhere on it. That's actually not shocking. A lot of these pieces are unmarked, although if they are, it's in such a hidden spot, you will never find it. Now, it also could possibly be Italian, but these were known as like also souvenir purses or Grand Tour souvenirs. Now these actually were really cool. Some of them would have came with the clip. See the chain? Well, they would be attached to one of these little clips that would go in a lady's waistband, and that is pretty cool. Some of them would come with a finger ring, and this would also go onto a hook on a lady's waistband, or she could hold it on her finger. And sometimes they would have little things that would be attached to it as well, like a little perfume bottle or a little sewing needle case, a pair of scissors, all sorts of things. And that's called a chatelaine chain. Now, some of these even had the word souvenir written across them, as I found here. I can't find any others. This one has velvet inside. Look how badly, look at the condition of this one. And this one is not silver. This one is like silver plated. But there you go. There's an example of one with the word souvenir on them. So now our clues are starting to, come to light at what this could be. And I'm going to show you examples of these little teeny tiny little purses that had the little button on the top to open that you would get in Europe. So here's an example of a Grand Tour souvenir dated 1878. This one made out of some kind of like tortoise shell. It could be faux tortoise shell. It doesn't have to be real. This one being sold for $495. It has silver inlay. And as you can see, we have these accordion, little accordion, I call it files, but little sections right throughout the piece. So for example, this one is from 1878. So you know these type of things are very old. Here's another example of a Grand Tour purse, again, with the accordion interior. And you have, where it opens up and expands. This one, again, with a tortoiseshell style with all this inlay, $7.95. And here's a silver purse. And it's not exactly like mine, of course. It's, different. But just to give you an idea of some of the prices, and there we go. We got the accordion interior. This one is like basically falling apart. But let's check it out. Here we go. We got that accordion style. This one has a latch in the center, so you can pull the accordion pieces together and then put the latch down to keep this area shut. Very interesting. What does one of these sell for? This one being silver, $1,750. And is mine worth that? I don't know. And I found another one on Pinterest. It says sterling silver souvenir clamshell coin purse circa 1870s. Very interesting. And here's another one, another Grand Tour. Now it came in a box with two pieces. Really quite interesting. Let's check it out. And there we go. And that means record. I believe that's Spanish. And so these purses were made all over Europe. This one comes with what looks like some kind of a matchbox or calling card box. Really interesting. This one is silver with vermeil going over it. So it's like a light gold wash over it. Very, very interesting. So here's another sterling silver purse, a different design. This one much later. We have the kiss lock, probably about 1900, 1905. We got these little angels being sold for $650. And it has the chatelaine hook attached to the purse strings right there that would go in the lady's waistband, which is quite cool. And I'm trying to get a view of the interior. And again, we have this velvet type of interior and being sold for $650. And here's yet another one, not like mine, but the general idea, being sold for $485. It says made in France. And let's take a look at this. Look at all this workmanship. Wow, that's actually beautiful. I want to see the interior of the purse. Let's see if we can see that. Wow, that's the side view. Really, really cool. Here's the back. We have a little medallion. This one is exquisite. Absolutely exquisite. And what this is a calling card case. So it's like longer and more rectangular and skinnier. And so you'd slide cards in here. And when you went to visit somebody, you would take your calling card out to be received for a visit. Okay, so here we have one that says souvenir also. It says Paris souvenir, and it was sold at one of the great Paris exhibitions. They had like these big fairs, and I'm trying to click on the interior. It won't let me. It's not showing the picture, but that's what the interior looked like. We have the accordion style right in there. And yet, I just found another one being sold in Australia. And this one says sterling silver clamshell coin purse. And this one does have a marking on it, although not all are marked. We have that same type of interior. And now we're really figuring out what we have. And here's another one. And the person is saying this is Turkish, but I think they're incorrect. And here's our shell with the interior with the accordion being sold for $400. Sterling silver, and they're saying it's Turkish, but I think they got the mark wrong because that does not look like a Turkish mark to me. And here's one on eBay. We have a couple of days left on this auction. Starting bid $254.50. We have a seashell type of sterling silver thing with the accordion inside, and the person saying in question mark Belgian. You see, it's very hard to figure out what these are, where they were made. But my guess is definitely French. So once again, thanks for watching. After all, it wasn't such a disappointing day after all. I was really depressed, guys, what that seller did to me. Now, that perfume bottle would have been way more opulent and extravagant than this thing. And they told me basically to pound sand. Well, they never even contacted me. They just refunded my money after I won the item with no explanation. And I thought it was arriving. I went to check the shipping and check the tracking, and I saw I got a refund. And so I was feeling really down, but this really just made my day that much brighter. Okay, so we got this beautiful, beautiful Victorian purse sold as a mid-century modern piece. It's most likely French. We know it's from the probably the Napoleon III time frame, from between probably about the 1850s to about the 1880s. And there you go. I'll see you guys all soon, and hopefully I'll find another great find like this.